As Maryland lawmakers propose new energy legislation this year, we've been asking why the General Assembly didn't tackle these energy issues sooner and if too much of a focus was put on clean energy.
And while leaders say they didn't realize there was a problem until last summer, as Fox 45's Jessica Babb shows us, there may have been missteps along the way.
While lawmakers may not have had all of the information they do now, some of the conversations about rate hikes and nuclear energy were happening long before this year. And with the focus on clean energy, that's why some lawmakers say our current energy crisis shouldn't be coming as a surprise. As Maryland lawmakers scramble to find solutions to the state's growing energy crisis.
We need to act today.
Time and time again, we've heard leaders in the General Assembly.
It did not make sense to build more capacity in the PJM territory until this summer when the auction went crazy like it did.
Like Senate President Bill Ferguson, say our current reality of high energy prices, a lack of energy generated in state, and transmission lines popping up isn't because of a lack of planning or focusing too much on creating clean and renewable energy.
What we've seen in the last 5 years is the advancement of technology that is more energy consuming than we could have ever imagined.
But when it comes to what's been described as our dire energy outlook, Republicans like Senator Stephen Hershey say it shouldn't come as a surprise.
We've known for a very long period of time that as we continue to rely on intermittent power sources like solar, like wind, that we just would not be able to meet the reliability and capacity that PJM strives for.
If we rewind and turn back time, looking back to past legislative sessions, there's examples that show the writing was on the wall. In January 2024, there was a joint committee hearing on the electrification impacts on the Maryland grid, where a study ultimately found.
What I get from all of this is that the climate solution goals are very doable with the electric grid.
But when Delegate Linda Foley asked about the governor's plan to bring more data centers to the state.
If we did develop a data center industry here in Maryland, was there any consideration given to maybe the impact that might have?
No, we did not go out and specifically develop any assumptions related to data centers other than what would already have been factored into utility 10-year load plans.
Later in the 2024 session.
At this point, wind and solar cannot entirely supplant electric power generated by fossil fuels, but nuclear power can be the missing link.
A bill for a nuclear energy task force, which could help plan for the future, failed and died in committee, despite lawmakers and the Maryland Energy Administration saying the state was in need of emission-free energy generation to meet its ambitious climate goals with coal plants retiring. And a 2024 version of the Ratepayer Protection Act for natural gas, similar to what they're debating now, also failed.
We in Maryland have created policies that promote the electrification of buildings.
Even though lawmakers and the Maryland Commission on Climate Change even said state laws needed to be modified to reduce ratepayer costs. Going back even further to 2023 on the heels of the Climate Solutions Now Act passing.
We will put Maryland on track to generate 100% clean energy by 2035.
A big energy focus was the climate.
Clean energy will define our economy. That was from our new governor 6 days ago.
And once again, the conversation of natural gas rates was a topic of discussion. Experts like David Lapp with the People's Council warning the rates we're seeing now would be a reality, while also acknowledging natural gas supplies a significant amount of energy.
There are not going to be non-fossil fuel alternatives that supply to do the same work that natural gas does today.
I believe my colleague was pointing out that he believes part of your matriculation away from gas is our fault.
Going back even further, the Climate Solutions Now Act passed in 2022. And even though energy solutions can take years to actually implement, it is important to note that even if we had acted years ago, we might still be facing some of the same issues we are today. But if we had acted sooner, we might have had more of a plan than we currently do. In Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.